whole stagecoach thing, because Kat and Holly do know each other off of Instagram or some shit, or they know some people. They know of each other. Yeah, they're like friends of friends or whatever. Yeah. So then Jack was suddenly like, "Oh shit!"
Because he's tight with Holly.
Yeah, and then Jack went to talk to Tommy about it, and Jack.
Wait, who started to get twitchy? Jack, not Jackson.
Jackson told Jack in confidence that Holly and Kat know each other. But don't worry. Jackson told Jack. Yeah, but kind of don't worry, we can all work together sort of thing. But it got Jack's back up and he was worried about it. So Jack went and told Tommy that that Holly and Kat know each other and that Jackson knows them as well. All three of them know each other. It was like Chinese whispers. It kind of grew. And Tommy was like...
That's not true.
No. And Tommy was like, oh, we can't have this trio working together. Yeah. There's going to be a trio in jury all voting for each other. Right. And then they told Christy come in and they're like, Jackson, Holly and Kat know each other. And Christy was like, oh, she's like, we've been played. It's like, bitch, you know Tommy know each other. It's like,
you literally family
the hypocrisy of it was just like, they were just like, oh my God, how could they do this to us? They were like all up in arms about it. It's like, bitch, calm down. Like, you and fucking Tommy know each other. Like, how dare you? It's just
you
like,
kind of had to.
Yeah, of course.
To cover that.
Of course. Tommy was like, I knew it, giving it the whole D.I. Dan.
Yeah.
They were like, Tommy was like, I remember them mentioning the Stagecoach Festival. And he was like, at the time, then they showed a flashback to Holly going, yeah, when we were at Stagecoach together.
Oh.
But Tommy was like, I didn't want to say anything at the time because me and Christy know each other. He's like, I didn't want to like put the heat on me and Christy. So he just like didn't say it. And you saw Tommy at the time be like, but he didn't say anything. Who did he say he
didn't want to put the heat on me and Christy? He said it in the diary.
Because by saying that Kat and Tommy knew each other. Yeah, he said it in the diary room. Then Tommy said, "Oh, I think we should flip this vote on Kat. Get Kat out because Kat and Holly and Jackson are like a strong trio." He kept going trio. That's what I said. And he's like, "Let's save Sam and flip the vote." And Jack was like, "Yeah, let's flip the vote." And Chrissy was like, "Yeah, let's flip the vote." Okay. And
so
then
the numbers.
So
they went to the geek.
They went up to Nick, and they went, "Will you vote for? Do you want Sam to stay?" And Nick goes, "Well, I don't not want Sam to stay." I thought, Sam is your best friend in the house, and you're being so Fenceton about it. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. He's such a twat, that Nick. I hope he goes soon. Jack goes, "Bye, cat. Bye, kitty cat. Meow. You just went in the wrong litter box." That's what Jack said about Cat. Honestly, it was so cringe. Oh, Jack is so camp. Have you ever noticed how Jack was? I never noticed it until this episode how camp he is and how theatrical he is. Like the way he like leaps about and he's like he's just so over the top and so fake. I never noticed it until this episode. But keep an eye on it. He is. I think Jack might be a closet case. That's what I'm thinking now. So Sis was not sure about it.
Camp behaviour does not necessarily equate to being gay.
Oh no, sorry.
Flamboyant behaviour.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes.
So then I don't want to be offensive. So then Sis was going, "Oh, I'm not sure about flipping the vote on Sam." She's like, "I don't really like this," because you've got to think about it. Sis is quite good friends with Holly, isn't she? So she was a bit dubious about the whole thing. Right?
Yeah.
And then Holly was listening outside the door and she heard Tommy trying to persuade Sis to vote to save Sam.
Wait, Holly was listening outside the door?
Yeah, and she heard Tommy talking to Sis saying we should vote to save Sam. And Holly was eavesdropping outside the door very conveniently at the same point.
Yeah.
So then I've never seen Tommy so involved. He nearly made a decision here. Then Jackson was getting worried and he's going, "Are we still like keeping Cat?" Because Jackson could sense like the mood had changed. And then Jack and Jackson had a conversation that was really like, Jackson's like, kind of like, "You've fucked me over basically. You've like grasped that I said that Holly and Cat know each other." And Jack was like, it was just a really shady conversation. Yeah, it was kind of like they knew it was fucked, but they didn't want to sort of admit it kind of thing. Basically, Jackson was really, really hurt about Jack. And Jackson was going, "Jack is my best friend," and he's like stabbed me in the back. And you actually almost felt sorry for Jackson a little bit, which is unbelievable to say. Yeah. So then Holly took Tom in the boat room and she went, "Look, I ain't fucking around, Holly," and you know, fake one spoiler. She went, "I ain't fucking around. I just overheard you saying to Sis that you're trying to flip the vote." She's like, "What the fuck?" And then Tommy said, "I don't feel safe with the 6 anymore." He said, "The 6 are done." Tommy said that. And then she said Jackson told Jack that you and Kat know each other, and all three of you know each other, and we think you're a trio. And then Jack and Chrissy and Jackson came in, and Chrissy was like, "What's your issue with me?" to Jackson, and Jackson said, "Do you want to have a conversation and get loud? Because I can get louder." Louder! Thank you. And then Christy went, "Well, if you want to yell at a girl."
Christy doesn't like the way he treats women, so she's trying to...
Don't play that card, Christy. Don't play that card. And then Jack, like, just went to walk out. And Christy's like, "Where are you going?" And Jack was like, "Just checking no one's listening." Because they were all basically arguing. And this is the bit that I saw on the live leak as well.
So is there Jackson, Christy?
All the six is arguing in this room.
Sis and Annalise.
Yeah. All of it. Sis and Annalise are the same person.
Holly,
yeah. All the six are basically arguing in this room. In the meantime, on the live leak, it's really good because you see Cliff, Nick, Jess, and Nicole, and they showed little clips of it on the show, like basically looking at each other like it was fucking Christmas Day, like giggling, like basically going, "Oh my god, they're fucked." Cliff like grabbed the others, like going, "This is the time we need to assimilate and like fucking come together."
Fellowship of the Zing.
Yes, Cliff was like, "This is our moment," because Cliff has been waiting for this moment. He's like, "This is our moment. We need to like do this." Nick was like,
well, he's the only one that's really took a shot at the two leads of that, which is Jack and Jackson.
It was nice seeing the others like basically like they were like listening outside the door, like giggling. Basically, it was nice to see, I must say. Cliff said in the diary room they're breaking apart as we speak. Hearing them argue is like heavenly music. And Christy goes...
Did they put an...
Yeah, probably. Christy goes, "You guys all clearly know each other and you have a final three." And Jackson just went, "What a shame." Yeah, you could tell he knew his game was fucked. Jackson is totally fucked. And then there was just all this shouting on. Jackson goes, "I'm not upset." Christy goes, "You bought me coffee this morning." He goes, "Aren't I allowed to bring you coffee?" Tommy was going, "Relax, everyone." There was like dramatic music going over the top. Jackson said, "I thought I could trust you," to Jack. Kat came in, she's like going, I hope I'm not going to go on the block because of all, like, I'm going to get evicted because of all of this. She's like, "I only went up as a pawn." She's like, "What the fuck?" She was getting really upset.
Who's she talking to? Jack.
All of the whole group. And then Holly said, "Do you know Jackson?" to Kat. And Kat said no. So Holly said, "Do you know Jackson?" to Kat.
Yeah.
And Holly said, "Do I know Jackson?" to Kat. And Kat went, "I don't know, maybe." That's brilliant. And then Christy said, "Jackson is a snake." And she's put 2 syllables in snake. Snake. And then...
Hang on a minute. It's interesting that she said, "I don't know," to Holly.
Yeah.
Who she's supposed to be in a
yeah,
final
she was
two
kind
with.
of like, almost like joking, but like wasn't the best time to have a joke.
That's just her personality, I think, isn't it?
And then they showed Jess in the diary room saying she hates not being included in conversations in the house and she feels powerless. That will become relevant later.
Okay.
Jackson said, "I can't trust..." This was Jackson and Holly in the storeroom. And Jackson said, "I can't trust Jack anymore." And Holly goes, "Obviously," because Holly just seen her whole game basically fall apart because of Jackson's big mouth. And Jackson said, "Unbelievable, I got burned." And she's like, "Duh." And he went, "I don't need to be kicked when I'm down." You can imagine like him, like, and her, like, she was just like, "You have basically blown up our entire game." Because he thought he could trust Jack and he couldn't.
Sorry, he told Jack, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it is confusing. And Jackson did a little sad diary and going, "I love that dude, but he's picked Christy over me." And then they showed Jack and Christy going, "I love you so much," to each other and cuddling and saying, "We'll stick together no matter what."
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, Jack.
He fancies Christy though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, exactly.
Ugh.
So he sold out his friend for someone he fancies. Then Tommy started worrying about the whole six imploding. He said, "It didn't have to be this way. We could have still been a six. We could have still stuck together."
Sound like Stan.
Yeah.
I still love you, man.
And he goes to Jackson, "You should have just come clean about knowing Holly and Kat." And Jackson's like, "I don't know Holly and Kat." He goes, "I told you guys everything." And Christy said, "The six is done." And Jackson said that him and Jack had a conversation on day 2 that he suspected that Holly and Kat knew each other. And Jack said, "Yeah, but it wasn't the same. It was a different type of conversation. You said it differently." He was like, "I would be out of my mind to send 3 ever-loving people who all know each other to jury." 3 ever-loving people. Like, what the fuck? Jack was like jumping around like a grasshopper at this point. He's being so overly dramatic. You know how he's just so fake. And Jackson said to Jack, I would have taken a bullet for you in this game. And Jack's like, I would have took a bullet for you too.
Good,
like,
got very emotional.
Get over yourself. Honestly, it is worth watching. Jackson was really heartbroken, you could tell. And then Christy was like, I don't want to send Kat home. And she said, I want to go after Jackson. I want to keep Kat and go after Jackson because he's threatened by me. Jack said to Christy, I love you, and that's why I did what I did. So then the votes for Kat to stay started coming back together. Then we finally saw the HOH comp. It was 18 minutes to go to the end of the show. Okay. That's when they showed the HOH comp.
Oh, so it was good.
Yeah.
Whack of
honestly, it was half an hour of arguing.
You don't usually get that.
You'd never get it. So it was interesting. It was an interesting editorial choice for them. And it was better than the normal shit they showed. Of course it was. Yeah. So the HOH was basically a true or false thing. Do you know who won?
With boxes and reset type manner. Would Julie ever see him?
Nah, she won't there.
I don't know who won.
Have a guess.
Christy.
No.
It's not one of the big people. Cliff.
No. Do you know what? It's going to be the last fucking person you say.
Nick.
No.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Did she?
She fucking won. Can you believe it?
She's sick of being left out.
Yeah, she said she was sick of feeling powerless, and then she won.
Okay.
Which was very interesting because she's so pointless. But then when she wins, you think, who is she going to put up?
Oh, yeah, true.
You know. So then it was basically Kat and Jess were the final two, and then Jess won. But they're both good friends anyway.
Kat is so good in these comps.
She actually is. So Jess in the diary room said, you can't make this stuff up. Tommy said in the diary room, plot twist, Jessica wins. What's she going to do? I've put, good point, I have no idea. Then they showed Jess, Kat, Cliff and Nicole celebrating in the storeroom, of course.
Tommy's not even in that.
No, Tommy wasn't there. I'm on their side, but they really are the best of a bad bunch. They're not the best characters, are they?
No.
They're alright, but they were only with them because they're against the other side.
Compared to the others, they do look much better, don't they?
Much better.
So have her noms happened yet?
Yeah, they have. I should tell you. So Cliff said, we've got to stick together. We can be the new alliance running this house. He was really rallying them together.
Yes.
Considering all this shit just happened. And then the 6 shooters were all sat together after they've had this massive row, basically crying, having the biggest pity party ever, going, we shouldn't have turned on each other. We've really fucked it up. Christy said, Jackson tried to bury me today. There's no 6 going forward. And Sis said, I'm not working with no 6 anymore. So they've really fucking drawn the line in the sand against Holly and Jackson. And Holly, I feel a bit sorry for her because she didn't even do anything. Holly said, Jackson just thinks Jack's his boy and just said too much. She said what Jackson did was the most stupid move in Big Brother history. She clearly never watched Big Brother 3 and Marcella's not using the veto. Spoiler. Kat said she's not worried about Jackson as he's not a threat. He's the dumbest person in the house and no threat to me. That was what Kat said about Jackson.
Well, it's clearly bad blood there.
Then in the HOH room, it was so weird to see Jess in the HOH room with Nicole, Kat and Cliff. She said, we've got to stick together. Cliff said, I
like this. It's nice when the underdog rises.
Cliff said, how many times have we sat in the kitchen and tried to talk to them? How many times have we tried to get involved in conversations and they've just ignored us? And Kat said, for some reason they didn't think we were good enough. Jess said, I felt so powerless. No one has ever told me anything. Now it's my time to stand up and be a war. It was all this fucking inspirational shit, you know. She said, I want them to scatter like cockroaches. And then she did her nominations. Can you guess who she put up?
Jack and Jackson.
Correct.
Good.
And then Jack was in the diary room crying.
He's such a fucking
He said, I made the wrong choice and I betrayed my best friend about Jackson.
Sob story.
And then they showed Nicole going, this is our house.
Oh, good.
And that was the end of the episode.
That's a good end.
Was that a good reenactment?
Yeah, very good.
The episode?
Emotional.
Was it? So,
yes, not obviously, a dry eye in the house.
The veto's been played now, so we don't know who's won the veto, so it could all be up in there. But surely Jack or Jackson's got to go this week.
Did we actually have an episode to watch together?
No,
tonight?
The veto's on now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which we can't watch because we have to go to bed.
Yeah.
But surely Jack or Jackson's got to go this week. And also, if, say, Jack or Jackson do come down, who would Jess put up? I guess Holly? Because she's the closest thing to Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it would be.
And then I think Jackson would still go, or Jack would still go, wouldn't they? Whoever was left out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the 6 no longer are on their side either.
No.
And
so
all
now...
all the people on the